This video is sponsored by Brunotti, Formentera Kitesurf, and Wingfoil Ibiza. Today we're going to get in the water, but first let's do a quick recap of the previous video. Pulling down gives us power, and pulling back gives us direction. Remember, if you want to go upwind, move your right hand back, in this case by twisting your waist and bringing your shoulder out. This way the board will turn against the wind. A very common mistake is to move both arms back. Doing this will have no effect and we won't be able to go upwind. The correct way is to keep your left arm locked slightly forward and pull back with your right arm. Alright, it's time to get in the water. The first thing we're going to do is attach the leash to our ankle. Oops. And we'll put the sail's leash on our wrist. In this case, it doesn't matter which wrist you put it on, it's all the same. Turn the sail around. Alright, now let's head into the water. The first thing we're going to do is grab the equipment. Remember, the sail should always be on the leeward side and the board with the foil on the windward side. This way, we'll prevent the foil from damaging the sail. Remember that the conditions we have here are a bit of cross-offshore wind with a maximum of 12 knots. Here, since the water is shallow, we'll carry the foil facing up, always being careful that the sail doesn't touch the foil. We'll go to a deeper spot so we can flip the foil over. In this case, since we're using a 45 centimeter mast, we don't need to go very deep. The next step will be to get on the board. To do this, we're going to place our knees parallel and as close to the center of the board as possible. Once we're positioned on the board, we'll grab the neutral handle and the back handle. Let's pause the video for a moment and notice that the direction of the board is incorrect since it's heading into the wind. To correct it, we'll need to turn our left hand back, rotating the shoulder, and in this way we'll get the board to go more against the wind. If the board turns too much into the wind and we can't grab the second handle, we would grab the first one, push it back, and correct the board's course. Remember that the course should always be 90 degrees to the wind direction. This would be the correct position. Let's do a quick review. We kneel down, knees parallel a bit towards the center of the board, grab the neutral handle, the back handle, and pull the hand back to correct the course to 90 degrees from the wind. Now we're going to focus on turning. To execute the turn correctly, what we are going to do is carefully let go of the backhand and then firmly push the leading edge of the wing while simultaneously twisting our waist all the way to the left. Doing it this way will allow us to smoothly rotate the board in the water. Once the turn is done, what we'll do is switch handles. We'll pull the right hand back to change direction, and this way we'll have the new course for the return. Something that will make turning easier for us is to sit down. When we sit down, we shift a bit of our weight backward, and that will make the board turn much more easily. It's important that once we've completed the turn, we get back on our knees. And now comes the most important part to make sure we don't run into problems. Every time we move even a little bit away from the shore, we need to paddle back on top of the board in the position you see in the video. For that, we're going to place the sail at the back, held in place with our legs, and we'll paddle back surfer style. This, for me, is the most important thing, and what you absolutely must follow to the letter so that we don't have problems and drift too much. As for the return, you'll see that it's not difficult, since at most we're dealing with 12 knots of wind. So the return is actually quite easy, and it won't be hard for you at all. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, give it a big like, and see you in the next video.